Hi everybody, I'm Christian and this is Pico-8 Hero and welcome to the lightning round. I don't know if it's going to be lightning round, but I want to finish a lot of stuff today because this game we're developing here, it's been kind of long now and I want to really dig down and kind of get it to the hands of people. People are getting really excited about this. Okay, so let's see what we have. There's something important that I want to address. I don't know if I explained it properly, but the lost ball thing. So just in case I haven't explained it properly, I'm going to do it once again. And so the problem is that the way the collision detection works now, if I move the pad into the ball, it sometimes doesn't get registered at all. Because the ball expects, a wall in its path. So if the wall is coming from the other side, from the direction where it's coming from, it won't register a collision. Which is fine because usually when you hit a ball from the side, it means that the ball is lost anyway, and it doesn't matter, and you can relax. But alas, it looks weird. It looks like as if the pad is not properly working. So I want to address that part. Generally, sometimes it seems like the pad is no longer working. So that's why actually I thought about maybe not making the paddle any smaller, because it seems like it's now maybe the collision detection works differently. So maybe because I lose the ball now when I play the game. I don't know. It seems like I'm losing the ball, and I shouldn't have lost the ball now. And also the game is longer now, so it seems like it shouldn't be as hard. It's kind of like all balancing stuff. The question marks is things I'm actually also looking for with the playtesting. And that's something I want to have feedback from test players, from other people. I cannot really make that decision anymore. We're gonna do a checklist of playtesting stuff later on when we get to the stats. But for now, let us try to fix this problem. And I'm not exactly sure how to fix this problem. Let's go to the new collision, because that's definitely where we are going to do this. And so this is the update ball. So I was thinking maybe doing this at the end. When we move the ball, everything's fine. And then we suddenly realize, oh, actually we moved the ball into the paddle. And then actually try to deal with this, kind of fix this in post-mortem. Usually it's not that important gameplay-wise, because usually when I think when this happens, the ball is lost anyway. That's why it's called lost ball. So I'm gonna go to update game. Big ball loop, move pills, checks explosions, and before we check explosions, we're gonna do check if paddle in ball, and then I'm gonna make a new function, paddle ball check, paddle drive check, pad ram check. If paddle rammed ball. Let's go pad ram check. And it's going to be all in our new collision pad, because again, this is the new stuff for the collision. Also, it's good that we are here because I wanted to do something here as well. A function pad ball check. And I'm going to fix this in a second here, but where we're getting the pad box, get pad box. Something I wanted to do here is also, because now that's something that happens because these are like comma values. The way, of course, I cannot draw a pad between pixels. It's not possible. They snap to pixels. And usually what happens, it snaps, it's integers. So if there's a comma value, it snaps to the value without the comma, without the stuff after the comma. So if it's at 0.5 pixels, it snaps to 0. If it's at 0.9 pixels, it still snaps to 0. And so that's how the pad appears on the screen. But that's not how we do calculating the collision detection. When you calculate collision detections, we actually taking into account the comma values. And I think this may be a problem sometimes, where, especially because we're dividing stuff, where where it's just the pad is not receiving a collision it actually should have received. I'm not sure if this is the reason, but just in case, I just want to fix this. So I'm gonna go this, and then we're gonna add the pad width to this. See, and now we're getting a lot better situations here, and this is not important. Okay, let's make it sure this works. Actually, I just want to make sure. Just making sure, guys. Just saying. Okay, we got some collision here, and that's good. Okay, for a pad RAM check, I just want to first see if I can recognize the problem. If I can recognize situations where this happens, I don't want this to trigger all the time. I just want to trigger it when I actually manage to drive the pad into the ball. So let's see how this looks. So first, I guess we need to just perform a collision check between the ball and the paddle. We have a function that we've written way back called box. So I guess this is what you want. Yeah. I mean, we could use, we had a previous function that was called ball box, but that's something that we deleted. We can repurpose this function. So if box, so this is now, and then there's going to be event at the end and then end. Let's go like this, then. All right. I want to maybe something like, I'm not sure how to structure this. I always have problems with because what we're doing right now, we're doing a line break in the middle of a function. You can do that to kind of like see all of the, because when there's a lot of arguments, you can do that to see all of the arguments underneath each other. But sometimes this can be very confusing. Actually, let's get a pad box for this one. No, let's not get a pad box. It's fine. Or maybe we do. Let's get a pad box. I'm sorry. I'm so undecisive. Local p box. Okay. We don't have, sadly, I don't think we have all of the information here because this function box is requiring the information in a slightly different format. But let's try this again anyway. So left pbox dot top, comma. So now comes the width of the box. Now we cannot take the pad box pad box that we get here because the pad box stores left and right coordinates, not width of the entire box. But that's okay because we have pad W here, and then we have pad height. So now comes the reason why I do these line breaks here, so I can put everything nice and tidy underneath each other. So after that, we're gonna create a box around the ball. And I just realized that we need to do this, of course, with every ball. So let's make this thing that receives a ball as a variable. And we can go bx minus, how do we calculate the radius of where's the radius stored in? I don't even know what this is. I forget everything. I'm sorry. BR is probably some kind of BR, but I want to see if it's B underscore R. Probably it's B underscore R, right? Let's just search for ball underscore R. I mean, yeah, there we go. There you go, attaboy. I'm smart. I'm not. Yeah, so like this. So this is the left coordinate, the top coordinate is this, and the bottom coordinate is, this is the width now. The width is going to be ball air times 2. And then like this. See? And this should be our collision. So now let's make sure before we do anything is that when we do the update function here, pad-ram, that we actually go through all of the balls again. So let's go here. We should probably. Let's do the pad ram check here in this tiny little function that actually updates the balls. We want the check to do after we move the ball, because maybe, you know, maybe actually our regular collision detection will deal with this problem, so we don't have to actually do the pad ram check, or the pad ram check will actually result in no hits. Okay. And then if this happens, we go debug. Oh Jesus, this is the worst. The plus and equal signs. These are the most difficult to pull off. Rammed. Okay, like this. See, what's the problem? It didn't like this. Why didn't it like this? Oops. What? Why? Oh, B for some reason is a number value. I don't. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, we just. Okay. Never mind. Yeah. So we're gonna go ball square brackets BI. To actually, because it actually sent a number value for the index of the ball, because that's what our other function accepts. But for this specific function, we actually rather send the actual ball object. Oh, see, that's the problem I wanted to find out. I had a normal collision detection, but it's registered as rammed. See, that's bad. Wonder why. So I think the problem here might be that when it actually, so we're trying to figure out those collision points where, you know, a ball collides with something, and when that's how the collision detection currently works. And so the problem is, like, if it actually moves the ball to the collision point with the pad, in this point, like in the other way of doing collision, it actually registers as collided. So on top means already collided. So maybe I have to actually put the top -1 or something. So kind of like the first pixel, it doesn't count on the very top. No, it still counts as rammed. Oh, that's bad. That's very bad. Why is it like this? This is incredibly bad. Oh, actually, no, whatever. It starts as rammed. Okay, got it. So, oh yeah, because it's I'm very, so the problem is, like, if it's sticky, then if the ball is stuck, then obviously I don't want to do this. So let me see. Let me just put like a little thing here where it goes like, if dot stuck, then and return. Just cancel if the ball is stuck. Okay, so see, now we don't have the rammed thing, but it gets rammed when we hit the top. Okay, so let's try to oh, actually not -1, it's +1. We want to go one deeper. Okay, this is better now. And so yeah, we give them some leeway. I think it's fine, because we're gonna have the same problem with left and right. Because top surface is now kind of like has some leeway. I want to make the left and right also a little bit less. So let's go here, +1 on the left, and then the width is going to be -2. So we have a bit of a padding around it. It won't register as rammed if the ball has just touched the surface of the pad. So now I'm going to try to ram it, actually, the thing I was talking about. So see, it resisted as rammed. So that was good. And I'm going to try it again. No, that was not good. Oh, that was not good. It's very difficult, especially with those upgrades. No, again. Maybe you're gonna take a level that doesn't have those upgrades. I like that. Oh, or maybe just permanently slow updates. That one might be good. Yeah, let's do that. Pill. Spawn pill is what I want. Yeah. What is? I think it's 1, right? So now it's flying slower, so I can like have more opportunity. Yes, see how it's now like I just flew through the ball, and that should have registered as a hit. Okay, so now I can like test all of the different cases where this happened. So first of all, something I wanted to check in general if the ball is flying downwards, because if it's flying downwards, then maybe we can fumble around with it. If it's flying upwards, better not touch it. If it's flying upwards, then maybe something weird is happening. So better not touch it if it's flying upwards. So I'm going like if b dot, it's dy, right? dy is smaller than 0, then better not touch. Like this, right? So return means it returns a value and quits the function. So that's how I can like abort a function, so to speak. So now we know that the dy is positive, so the ball is going downwards. Just want to make sure if that's the vocabulary that we're using for the speed of the ball, because I'm not exactly sure, to be honest. Wait a minute, why am I in here? Is that high score tab? Okay, whatever. Puffed in sound, yeah. Okay, it's correct. Yeah, they're dx and dy, so that's good. So next thing I'm going to check is if the ball is going the same direction as the pad was moving, or if it's going the opposite direction, I think. So let's how do I do this? Sign is, I think we made a function called sign, but I think a function like this already exists. We don't actually need to use sign, but we're going to use our function anyway, whatever. We had this function, so we're going to use it, right? If sign of the dx, so if the direction of the ball equals the direction of the pad. How do we know how the pad is moving? How do we store this, and what kind of variable? Pad dx, yeah, pad dx. That's good. That's fine. That's a good one. So if it's the same, then else and. So what happens if they're both going the same direction? Well, then maybe I just want to increase the speed of. I'm just going to add the speed of the pad to the speed of the. I want to add to the speed of the ball the speed of the pad. So like this. right? We're adding them because they're going faster in the same direction. And if they're going opposite direction, I want to invert the speed and then add it. So in this case, I want to go bdx equals minus bdx. And then I want to also add it. I could probably write this a little bit simpler, but I just want to make sure that I'm doing one after another. Yeah, because if they're going in opposite directions and I just add them, then the ball would just get slower and it would still continue maybe going the same direction. So I want to actually, you know, would want it to reflect it and then add the additional speed. It should fly away with a higher speed because it should, you know, kind of like catch the speed of the sideways moving pad. And then one other thing I want to do is I want to actually set the ball at the edge of the pad. So, you know, next turn there's not going to be any collision. So for this, I want to see if it's left or right from the pad. So if b dot x, so let's just change speed of the ball and reset ball position. So bx is smaller than a pad x, then else and. And so in this case, bx equals p box left, right? P box dot left minus the radius as well. Ball r, yeah. And otherwise, we're gonna go bx equals p box right plus the radius. We want to put the box at the edge of the pad. Okay, and then if finally we want to also want the impact, so we want puffed and sound. For this, we're gonna go to here. And like this. Bam. Maybe doing some gameplay stuff, but that doesn't make sense, I think, at this point. It's fine. Is it the right sound effect? Just want to make sure. Oh, I'm not sure. Is it the pad collision? Yes, sound effect 1 and puffed. Okay, that's good. Okay, so let's try this. Oh, maybe I want to actually... Oh, yeah, the debug is in there. Okay, so that's good. Okay, it rammed, but it's somehow got stuck multiple times. I don't know why. So this seemed rammed. This was rammed, and it seemed to react correctly. Maybe because it was a problem because. Okay, that was good. So this was also good. It's impacted multiple times. That's something I don't like. Yeah, that was good. That was what I wanted. It reacted to me. Okay, that also worked. And now I want to catch it from behind. So maybe... Oops. Maybe that's not the best. Yeah, that was good. Didn't catch it quite. So I'm getting multiple multiple collisions now, which is not ideal. The problem is that, of course, that my pad is now accelerating, so maybe I'm just going to give it even more speed. I don't know. So how do we do this? Maybe we just give it more force, just give it more speed so it has more freedom to fly away from the pad. I don't know how this will look. Let's try this. Okay, that worked. We ramped. Okay. Maybe we shouldn't have picked up the slowdown. It takes so long. Yeah, something I don't like when it's moving so very sideways. It's that I always catch it in a corner and I don't really see the rammed. I shouldn't change the angle when I do it again. Let's try it again without the angle change. And let's start like here. So, and of course, the same thing happened again. I hate this. See, like it's always the corners. I don't know why. Is there some math behind this? Oh, that worked better. Yeah, this seemed like a fine idea. Okay, let's just keep it like this, and then I'm gonna have to do some playtesting to see if this works out. So yeah, last ball is donezies. So there's either we're gonna do the infinite ball protection or let's do this tougher hardened blocks. Why not? So what I want to do, I want to save like health points on the blocks, and that's something that luckily we can do. So we can do like b.hp equals. So let's say we want to hit each block 3 times, each hardened block 3 times. Right now we have to hit it or I guess right now we have to hit a hardened block 1 time to turn it into a normal block, and then you have to turn it 1 more to turn it into to make it disappear. So let's make it so that each hardened block has to be hit twice until it turns into a normal block. So that means every hardened block has to be hit 3 times to disappear completely. So let's give it an HP of 2, and if it's down to 0, then it will get destroyed. So we're gonna go if t equals, I guess h is the we store it in letters, I think h, right? Then HP equals 2, and we can change this later on to different numbers of hardened blocks. And then down here where we hit brick. So if it's hardened brick. So here's a bit of a problem where the mega block will always just destroy the hardened bricks, and then that makes the mega ball really powerful. But let's try it else. Oh, yeah. Yeah, here it is. So we're gonna go b.hp minus equals 1, and if b.hp equals 0, then and then we're gonna turn it into a normal block. Let's go instead of equals equals, let's make it smaller than 0, just in case there's some kind of really weird shenanigans happening. Okay. So now I want to go to a level when there's hardened blocks, but luckily we still have the skip level function. So here's where we can check it. Wow. Oh, I misspelled. Yeah, see, now I hit this one specific block there. Okay, maybe so I rammed the ball here, and you saw how the ball flew away. That was kind of amazing. Yeah, see, I can still like hit the ball multiple times. I don't like that. Maybe something to avoid the multiple hits without doing like any shenanigans. Here might be a good solution for this. I just thought of when we create a ball, new ball. Let's go b.rammed equals false. And when you copy it, we go b-rammed equals, but that's not likely to happen, just in case. B-rammed. And then in our function, when we rammed a ball, we're gonna set it to rammed. b.rammed equals true. So now it's rammed. And now, oh, actually, let's make it like here. So here at the sound effect, we're gonna go like, if b.rammed equals true, it's not true. Actually, it's this, right? Then do all this stuff and then b.rammed equals true. And I just in case, because I'm really this is a real problem. I just want to make sure that if the ball collides normally with a paddle, in this case, I just want to reset this to false, just in case. No, actually, let's go to the next level. Okay, I hit it multiple times as well, but I think now it collided with a wall and with a pad. Oops, I just want to go here. Yeah. See, now this seems finer because now it takes a little bit more time. See, this ramped is good. Now it takes a little bit more time to break through the hardened bricks. So now it's kind of like the hardened bricks are more of an issue. One more thing, I want to remove the ramped debug. It served its purpose. And then once again, this will be it. So we fixed the little gameplay tweaks. We'll have to test it now a little bit, play a little bit for a while to see if they work. There's still infinite ball protection that we have to do. Maybe that's something we're gonna do next time around. And then maybe do a couple of fun stuff like some visual additions and maybe some randomized sig. Alright guys, see you next time around. Bye bye.